So the third play this afternoon is I Saw This in Paducah, or Paducah. We went over this. I still can't get it. You'll hear it in a moment, I'm sure. It is a play by Rich Espey, presented by arrangement with the playwright. The readers today are Cheryl Fox and Darlene Goodwin, and our director for this one is Jim Goodwin. Just a note that, and you can see Ray at the back with his orange shirt on, that the graphics on the t-shirt, the adult t-shirts, are original artwork by local photographer and artist Tyne Fox. So thanks for that, Tyne. And finally, a reminder that Windmill Theatre Players will be presenting the play Drinking Habits this fall, and again, the musical Mamma Mia next spring. So without further ado, our last play this afternoon, I Saw This in Paducah.
I just love having a friend who enjoys going to these 10-minute play festivals.
Me too. I'm never bored.
By me?
By the plays. Even if you hate what's on stage, it's only 10 minutes.
Well, or you might love it.
But either way, it's over just like that.
Yeah, it's, over just like that. And then on to the next play.
And if something disturbs you or challenges you too much, you're not forced to think about it for more than 10 minutes.
Oh, but you can think about it afterwards.
But you don't have to.
Sometimes I like to.
And you never have to see those disturbing images again or feel those horrible feelings.
Well, aren't there plays you want to go to?
It's a moot point, since we only go to world premieres.
It's a moot point.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I just love these. Love how unpretentious and mom and pop they are.
So, not like the theater.
I know, right? Just mom and pop.
Not even. Mostly mom or pop. Just a few martyrs keeping the 2,500-year-old form breathing.
Remember that play festival we saw where the only prop was that pink scarf?
Right, because the only thing the producer owned that they could part with was a pink scarf.
Right. They were so poor they had nothing else, and the theater, it was so cold.
No, it was hot. That was the Charlotte 10 by 9 by 8 by 14 in August.
Right. No air conditioning. Well, then what was the cold one?
The cold one was in Grand Rapids in February, the Brrr Festival.
I remember, right. The theater was so poor they had no heat.
No, they had heat. Oh. But the play had to feature a snowball.
Oh, right. Which had to stay intact through all 10 plays.
So there was no heat in the theater. That was tense, since the audience's body heat threatened to melt the snowball.
Oh, and it was tense. That one had the play about the white police officer who shot that
Don't bring that up.
Well, the kid had thrown a snowball and the officer overreacted.
And I remember, I don't want to think about that one anymore.
Well, I think about it. Every time there's another news story about a person who gets...
I prefer to live in the moment. Alice, savor the 10 minutes that you were in.
Well, but Barb, what's the point if you can't recollect?
I recollect that I did most of the driving to Grand Rapids.
Because I had just driven the weekend before to Schenectady.
Right.
What was the one in Schenectady called? I think that was a cold one too.
That was the theater too poor to have heat.
Oh, right. Where you had to bring your own blanket.
And the audience had to take turn warming up the actors in between the plays.
Yeah, that was fun. That lovely young man, boy. He was the young professor in that play about the college student whose professor assumes, because she's African American, that
There's no point in rehashing that play or any play that we've already seen.
Well, but it got me to thinking about how often people prejudge and, well, even how often I prejudge people. And
Some people have brought comfortables instead of blankets, which was wrong.
They brought comforters.
Right. And we didn't even see opening night. We didn't even see opening weekend.
I know, but I couldn't help getting the norovirus.
I'm not blaming you for that. It just would have been nice to have seen the candle.
Oh, right. It was the blanket and candle plays.
Well, the candle that was there for the first weekend, but they were so poor they didn't have a real candle for the second weekend. They did our weekend with a paper candle.
I remember, right. They burned it all up.
They burnt it down.
A candle burns up?
A candle burns down.
Well, I couldn't help getting the norovirus.
Well, I'm not driving the whole 19 hours back home.
This evening should be good. The $20 bill plays.
It's a boring title.
Well, she says after a 19-hour drive. Okay, let's see. Each play features a $20 bill in some meaningful way.
At least this theater has $20 to spend on a prop, unless it's counterpunch.
Counterfeit.
You look just like you did before the norovirus struck.
What's the first play called?
Andrew and Harriet.
Oh, I bet that's going to be about Andrew Jackson and Harriet Tubman, because he's on the $20 bill and she's supposed to replace him.
Wait!
What?
I saw this in Paducah.
Paducah?
It was the 10 by 9 by 3 by 2 by 4.
I didn't go to that one.
It's because you objected to the concept. 10 plays, 9 minutes, 3 actors, and a single 2 by 4 for the entire set.
Well, I can't be moved by a piece of wood.
I had to eat at the Denny's downtown Paducah all by myself.
But you got to eat the whole banana split, so...
And then I went, sated to the Paducah Playhouse and saw, among other things, Andrew and Harriet.
Well, did you like it?
Doesn't matter. The rules of this contest are world premieres. One of these 10 plays is not a world premiere.
But did you like it? I mean, that was Paducah, and this is Amarillo.
Paducah, Amarillo, they're all in the same world.
Yeah, I know, but how many people would have...
Rules matter.
But how many people were at the show in Paducah?
That's not the point.
Well, I know, but it'll be the first time I've seen it, and if it's a good play... Is it a good play?
It's stale.
Well, how can it be stale?
Because it's been done. Old, passé, viejo.
I'm just about ready here.
You would share my outrage had you come to Paducah.
I couldn't bear the concept of a single 2x4.
It had a beautiful grain.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Amarillo Little Theater's annual festival of raunchy shorts by 8 by 10. First off is Andrew and Harriet by Rich Espey of Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, I think we saw a show by him in Escalante and maybe Albuquerque too.
Stop the show. Stop the show. I saw this play in Paducah 2 weeks ago. This is not a world premiere. And you promised that every show that we would see tonight is a world premiere.
You saw this 2 weeks ago?
In Paducah.
What's it about?
What's it about?
Yeah, if you saw it.
It's about Harriet Tubman confronting Andrew Jackson and explaining how she deserves to be on the $20 bill.
Oh, that sounds thought-provoking.
Yeah, it's good. True, not a typical curtain raiser, but...
I don't want to see it again. Harriet Tubman arguing that she deserves to be on the $20 bill because Andrew Jackson was a ringleader of American violence and racism that legally sanctioned enslavement, torture, and genocide against communities of color, and claiming that the same oppressions persists to this day in the form of economic inequality, in which white people have had a 300-year head start at wealth building, while people of color continue to pay the literal price for those centuries of disadvantage. Ugh.
Well, so Harriet Tubman replacing Andrew Jackson, while far from literal monetary reparations, would at least be a symbolic first step.
I have had to sit through this diatribe once. Rich Espey has already had his say, and now he has tried to pull one over on you. Did you even Google? Did you? Announcer.
We did Google, and it hadn't been performed when we accepted it.
But it was performed in Paducah.
We know. He emailed us and let us know, but we had already cast it, and the cast was really enjoying rehearsing it.
I've seen this.
Well, but it sounds like something people should see, right? Right? Right?
164 people did see it in Paducah 2 weeks ago.
And we want people to see it in Amarillo.
Then I'm leaving.
Well, what is so hard about listening to the truth for 10 minutes? About how the United States of America was founded on violence and racism, which perpetuates today and continues to enrich white people and oppress people of color?
It's the principle of the thing. World premieres only. I'll be at Denny's eating a banana split.
I'm sorry about that. She's very particular, especially when it comes to 10-minute play festivals. Well, we both are, actually. And honestly, they really should be world premieres. If you say they're going to be world premieres, rules matter. They count for something. We need order. We need things in their proper place. We need things to be as they've always been. There's too much challenging of things going on, all the hashtags and whatnot. I say hashtag rules in order. Hashtag rules in order. Right? Right?
Are you going to leave too? Because we are going to start.
I'm going. But is it a good play? Is it?
Sorry, I lost my place. Hold on.
Tell me.
Andrew and Harriet by Rich Espey.
I had the fire in my belly for freedom. I had the hand of the good Lord in my hand. And so I believe it was that allowed me to do the things that I did without ever being